The shocking revelation I made at my best friend's engagement party. Before we begin the story, make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss more incredible stories every day. The mic hums in my hand while the ballroom glows gold, sugar roses shining from a three-tier cake like porcelain. I'm Jamie, event tech by trade, professional fixer by temperament, and Maya's best friend since freshman year when we learned how to live on microwave ramen and optimism. Tonight is her engagement party. I tuned the projector, balanced the uplights, cued her childhood photos to a song that makes her cry in a good way. I've spent weeks prepping a memory that won't glitch. But my phone is vibrating in my jacket pocket with a message from an unknown number. A hotel lobby selfie of Daniel, time-stamped 4 days ago, arm around a woman who isn't Maya. The mirrored wall behind them captures the tail of a stroller like a ghost, cut in half by the frame. I look up and see Daniel rehearsing charm with his jaw. He rehearses everything. He's about to toast transparency and trust. And I can practically hear the chandelier lean in. Aunt Rosa catches my eye from a corner table, intuition raised like a weather vane. Maya squeezes my elbow and whispers, "You always fix things," just as a second file appears labeled more. Then my phone lights up with proof I can't ignore. Maya and I grew up side by side. The kind of closeness that makes your adult lives hinge like a book you read in turns. She taught me to sing in the car. I taught her to carry gaffer tape everywhere because it fixes anything that matters. We met Daniel at a charity gala 2 years ago. Shiny shoes, shinier resume. And he started donating his smile to every photo. He said my job sounded handy, which is the kind of compliment that peels paint. A few weeks ago, I caught a small lie he told Maya about a late meeting that became a client dinner, then an airport drop-off. The story frayed as I tugged it, and he laughed like I was cute for noticing. Maya wanted this perfect night so badly. Perfection is a room we keep paying for even when we can't afford the rent. I swore to stand beside her whenever she said yes to anything. But tonight the yes in her throat is a train rolling toward a bridge I'm not sure is there. The house band warms up, the champagne pyramids tremble, and Daniel's cufflinks flash like signals. I remember the first time Daniel called me useful, and something quietly cracked. A man slips in late wearing a hoodie under a blazer, wrong for the ballroom, right for the shadows. He nods toward Daniel with a familiarity that prickles. Near the bar, a bartender murmurs to the manager about a declined corporate card, then swallows the worry into a practiced smile. On the check-in tablet, I glimpse a name that shouldn't be here, Lila P. +1. The same first initial as the woman in the hotel photo. Maya floats the room like a lantern. Daniel trails sparkles of attention, collecting compliments. I try to talk myself down. Hotels are full of coincidences, strollers belong to strangers, and unknown numbers love drama. Still, when the photo booth prints a strip of Daniel and a woman in a pale blazer, cropped at the shoulder, face turned away, my scalp tingles. "Hey, tech wizard," Daniel says, draping an arm around me, breath minty and cold. "Make sure the slideshow hits right after my toast." He pats my shoulder twice like I'm an elevator button. I nod and smile. Doubt Nas anyway, small, efficient teeth. The hooded guest lifts his phone toward Daniel and mouths, "Call me now," without sound. During a rehearsal clink of glasses, Daniel corrects a server in a voice like a blade wrapped in velvet. "Not that champagne. The dom goes to family," he says, then turns his grin back on the room. The server's ears flame. Maya doesn't catch it. I do. Minutes later, the venue manager passes me an iPad to confirm the balance, and a new discrepancy is blinking. An extra floral invoice paid from an unfamiliar card ending in 9831. Couples split cards all the time. The manager says softly, but it settles wrong. Daniel's best man tells a story about a spontaneous trip to New Jersey on Tuesday, except I know that was the timestamp in the lobby photo. "You were in town Tuesday," I say lightly. "Remember? You picked up the slideshow USB." He laughs, so easily it feels choreographed. "Different Tuesday," he says, and the table chuckles with him. The hooded guest drifts by again, eyes sharp as a receipt printer. I open the unknown text thread and type, "Who are you?" A reply arrives in seconds. Someone who thinks Maya deserves the truth. Check the gift table, blue envelope. My hands steady, my heartbeat does not. At the gift table, between a bespoke cutting board and a wrapped espresso machine, there it is, A powder blue envelope with no names, sealed twice. I slide it into my jacket like contraband, then pretend to adjust the uplight near the cake. Social gravity keeps pulling me to Maya, but every step closer feels like a betrayal I can't yet name. Two bridesmaids call me over. Jamie, one whispers, "Not tonight, okay?" Maya's glowing. The other adds, "Don't you dare start a thing." Their smiles are warning labels. I retreat, and Aunt Rosa appears on my flank like a guardian angel who prefers sensible shoes. "Whatever you know, verify it," she murmurs, eyes on the room. "Truth is a scalpel, not a grenade." She squeezes my hand, and the comfort nearly buckles me. In the corner, Daniel's future mother-in-law laughs too loudly. In the hallway, a vendor mutters about a missing check. Outside, the parking lot glitters with valets who know everyone's secrets. I think about deposits, reputations, whether my job survives if I hijack a party. I think about Maya's face when a perfect night collapses. Then the blue envelope bulges with something heavier than a letter. In a side room near the DJ booth, I lock the door and break the seals. Inside, a duplicate receipt from a jewelry store with Daniel's name, dated last week, for matching bands. White gold, size 6 and 9. Maya's ring size is 7. Attached is a screenshot of a private app notification. Payment processed. Little Star Daycare, $1, $2.80. The daycare address is in Hoboken, not our city. There's also a photocopied NDA template with the header cropped, but the footer clear, Kane Holdings. I stare at the total on the rings, why 2 bands now? And feel the room tilt. The unknown number pings again. He says it's for a client. It isn't. My throat tightens. I text back, "Who are you?" to him. The typing bubble appears, disappears, returns. Once a mistake, now a mother. The floor hums faintly with bass from the ballroom, and the mic in my hand feels like a live wire. I see Maya in my mind, practicing yes in a mirror, wanting her story to be simple. My job is to make things run smoothly. Tonight, smoothness might be complicity. Someone jiggles the side room handle with deliberate, testing pressure. I pocket the copies, unlock the door, and slip toward the hotel bar, where bartenders hear everything because people think alcohol is privacy. "Hey," I say lightly, "was Daniel here Tuesday?" The bartender glances at the manager, then at the tip jar. I slide a folded 20. "He closed a tab with a different card," she murmurs. "He left with a woman and a stroller. He tipped too much, like he was apologizing to the air." She nods at the valet stand. Outside, the valet log shows a pickup at 10:47 p.m. Destination Hoboken, River Place. I snap a photo. The photo booth attendant lets me skim timestamps. There's a strip at 8:12 tonight of Daniel and the pale blazer woman, her face turned, a ring visible on her right hand. White gold, thin new. The hooded guest lingers at the lobby's edge, texting furiously. I skirt him and duck into the AV closet to breathe in the smell of warm plastic and cable jackets, the scent of competence. I cue the slideshow, then add a hidden slide, black background, white text, dates, amounts, screenshots ready behind it like parachutes. A shadow moves past the closet glass and stops exactly at my door. The door cracks. The hooded man slips inside, closes it, and pulls back his hood. He's younger than I thought, early 20s, anxious in his bones. "I'm Aaron," he says. "My sister is Lila." The name lands like a dropped plate, Lila P., the guest. "Daniel promised to leave clean," Aaron says, voice low. "He pays for daycare cash some weeks, promises back pay when his liquidity frees up. He bought Lila a band so no one asks questions in elevators." I ask the question, bottle rocketing in my ribs. "The stroller?" He nods. 5 months. A baby. Not a rumor. Not a scam. Flesh and sleep and milk and Tuesdays in Hoboken. "Why tell me?" I ask. "Because Maya looks like someone who cuts lemons with the dull side," he says, eyes wet. "And because Daniel will talk until people call lies charisma." He slides over a video of Daniel outside River Place, arguing with Lila about keeping both sides quiet. The audio is muffled, but the words NDA and wire on the 15th scrape through. Aaron exhales. I couldn't watch this party lie to her face. Behind the door, a hand lands flat and taps twice like a warning. I copy the files to a thumb drive and stash it in the projector's hidden port. I screenshot every receipt, every log line, and start a note with a timeline. Tuesday, Hoboken. Thursday, rings. Tonight, pale blazer. Always, promises. I text Aunt Rosa. Need your eyes. Quietly. She appears like she stepped through the wall, closing the AV closet behind her with a soft click. I show her the daycare payments, the NDA, the video. Her face doesn't crumple, it concentrates. You must choose how, she says. Not whether. She thumbs Lawyer Kelly's contact from her phone. Family friend, clean mouth, sharper pen. Kelly can stand like a neutral wall, Rosa says. If you reveal, do it with receipts and a witness, not rage. My stomach flips. Publicly, I ask. Privately first, if he listens, Rosa says, but you know he won't. The band cues the transition song. My cue is 2 minutes away. I write a title card and a backup plan. If Daniel spins, the slides will speak. I text Maya. Need 3 minutes alone before the toast. No reply. Then Daniel's name flashes on my screen with a single, chilling word. Stop. I step into the hallway and Daniel is already there, posture composed like a magazine ad. You've been busy, he says, smile fixed. People talk when you lurk. He tilts his head toward the ballroom. Maya wants a night without tech drama, Jamie. Don't pull focus. His voice drops. You like being muted, right? Stay useful. I keep my face neutral. Useful like paying the florist with a mystery card? His smile twitches. Delegation, he says. Adults manage complexities. He steps closer, cologne cool and clinical. Whatever you think you have, you don't have context. I feel the mic in my palm, warm now. Context like daycare payments in Hoboken? His eyes go flinty. You will wreck her, he whispers. And everyone will remember you as the wreck. The dessert course glides by on silver trays. The room applauds a grandparent's joke. I am a tightrope, and the fall is public. Aunt Rosa's hand finds my shoulder from behind. Breathe, she says. Remember your ground. Daniel's jaw works. This is a celebration, he says, and for the first time, the mask is work, not skin. He leans in and murmurs. If you do this, you'll lose her forever. I text Lawyer Kelly to meet by the projector for a quick AV check, which is code for bring your calm. She arrives in a navy dress with courtroom posture, glances at the thumb drive, and says, I'll be Switzerland with a laser pointer. I step onto the small stage and tap the mic. It answers with that clean, bright tone that forgives mistakes. Before we run the slideshow, I say 2 quick thank yous. The room quiets. I thank the venue and the families, then ask, casual tone, for a silly game. Guess the moment that made Maya say yes. Phones come out. Laughter floats. It's my corridor into the reveal without a shouted accusation. I cue the first happy photos, college, holidays, that one disastrous camping trip, and the room warms. Daniel relaxes, his shoulders lower. On slide 6, I pause the deck and say, sometimes we love a story so hard we forget to question facts. Lawyer Kelly steps forward, neutral face, and holds a small clicker. We're going to check a few details before we cry happy tears, she says pleasantly. Daniel blanches. At the gift table, the powder blue envelope is suddenly, conspicuously missing. Kelly clicks, and the screen switches from beach photos to a black slide with white text. Dates, times, amounts. Then the hotel lobby image appears, timestamp clean. Next, the valet log. Then the daycare receipts. Then the jewelry invoice with sizes that don't match Maya. Kelly's voice is even. If there is a benign explanation, we welcome it. On the record, gasps are a weather system. They roll, then ring. Maya's eyes go wide and glassy. She looks at Daniel, then at me, like I rearranged gravity. Daniel laughs too loudly. Photos can be faked, he says, hands raised. This is a setup by jealous people. Aaron steps forward from the back, wringing his hoodie hem. Tell them about Lila, he says, voice shaking. Tell them about the 15th. Daniel's mouth thins. This is extortion, he says, pointing at me. She wants to be the hero of someone else's story. I speak quietly into the mic. I want Maya to see the story that's already happening. The last slide is the video, muffled but clear enough to hear NDA and keep both sides quiet. Daniel turns to Maya and says the one wrong sentence you can't unsay. It's complicated, but you'll forgive me. Silence cracks loud. The band stops mid-note. Forks freeze above plates. Maya's mother covers her mouth. Maya's father mutters something that sounds like a prayer turned inside out. Daniel reaches for Maya's hand, and she steps backward like it burned. "Who is Lila?" she asks, and there's no cushion in her tone. "Is there a child?" Daniel's face flickers through strategies: deny, deflect, charm, rage, and lands on pleading. "I was going to tell you after the quarter closes," he says. "I had to stabilize liquidity." The room inhales at liquidity. Lawyer Kelly, neutral as promised, says, "There will be legal implications for concealment if joint assets are promised." Aaron looks ready to disappear. I nod at him to breathe. The venue manager materializes with a crisis smile and offers a side room for privacy. Rumors are already sprinting toward the lobby and out to the parking lot where strangers will shape them into content. Someone knocks a glass. It shatters like punctuation. Daniel rounds on me. "You did this for attention," he spits. I feel the accusation like heat, but let it pass. Maya whispers, "Jamie, did you know before tonight?" And my answer will scar us. We move to a quiet conference room that smells like lemon cleaner and decision. I tell Maya exactly when I knew, tonight, and exactly what I checked: logs, receipts, timestamps. I say I was ready to speak privately if Daniel listened. He didn't, Aunt Rosa adds softly. Maya nods, once, twice, building a dam. "The perfect night is gone," she says, "and that's okay if the truth stays." She asks for my phone. I hand it over. She scrolls the timeline like she's petting a snake to keep it calm. "I'll talk to Lila," she says, voice steady. "I'll see if the baby needs formula, diapers, anything." She looks at Daniel without anger, which seems to wound him more. "We'll return gifts," she tells her parents. "We'll cancel deposits that can be salvaged. No one enables. Everything in writing." Lawyer Kelly nods approval. The hotel offers to pack the cake. Maya declines. "No sugar tonight," she says. "Just clarity." She squeezes my hand. "Thanks, not absolution." Outside, the ballroom reconstitutes into a room where something true happened. Recovery is a schedule more than a feeling. Then Maya says, "You and I need space, but not silence." Weeks pass like a careful surgery. I go to work, coil cables, and watch strangers promise things under good lighting. Maya starts therapy, returns gifts, drafts a letter to guests that reads like a weather report. Factual, specific, no thunder added. She met Lila. There's a baby with fists like punctuation and eyes that make you believe in continuance. They coordinated daycare payments through a lawyer, kindness with fences. Daniel sent long emails balancing apology with self-pity. Maya forwarded them to Kelly and didn't reply. Aunt Rosa brings tea and tough questions. "Would you shatter tonight to save 10 years?" she asks me, and I finally answer, "Yes, but next time I'll choose a smaller hammer." To anyone listening, here's what I learned. Loyalty without curiosity is how lies grow tall. Timing is a tool you must use on purpose. Evidence needs dates, amounts, and where you found them. And if you must say something hard, bring a witness, not a mob. The night we ruined was a life we saved, and that math holds.